there is a lot of fallout. It's kind of belated because of all of the events over the weekend, but fallout with Bill Maher. People are now speaking up. There was kind of a pause on this because of the terrorist attack, right, the concert in Manchester. But people are now picking this up again, including Ice Cube.
Yes, and Ice Cube is going to be taking him on mano a mano, head-to-head, because he is not going to be canceling. Now, Ice Cube was booked to be on Bill Maher's show before.
Technically man-to-man, but go on.
Mano a mano.
It's not head-to-head.
I said both. Mano a mano.
Okay.
Head-to-head.
Fair enough.
Face-to-face.
I thought you were
Do you want some more? Do you want some more?
Anyway, he's going to be on Bill Maher Friday night. And
yes.
HBO is not canceling the show. They say the show will go on.
And more importantly, Ice Cube is not backing out. Now, there are other people. Senator Al Franken was supposed to be on the show.
Which I find weird that he's canceled.
He canceled, said that he's too offended by what Bill Maher said, so he's not going on. Ice Cube, however, plans to go on and wants to have an open discussion about Bill's use of the N-word.
Actually, Charles, we're told it's going to be one of the main things that he brings up, like right away. The reason he was going to be appearing on the show, and that was a scheduled appearance before all this happened, was to talk about the 25th anniversary of his album Death Certificate, which of course happened right after the Rodney King beating in L.A. Right? So it was going to be a racially charged conversation, and now it's even more so.
So, you know... I'm going to get into, I want to say something, but we should get into Kevin Hart first.
Yeah, because Kevin Hart also had opinion. Like you said, a lot of people now going back in on this. And Kevin Hart was on The Breakfast Club and had an opinion about it. And it sounds like he likes Bill Maher. And I think this is what a lot of people are struggling with. They like Bill Maher. They feel like he's been supportive of the black community, but there's no excusing this. It's just stupid.
You know, I've seen Bill Maher come to the defense of black people on several occasions. That's a bad judgment. You know, granted, I don't think Bill Maher's a racist, but that's a bad judgment. It's inappropriate and it's not right. So to say that and say it the way you said it, as comfortable as you said it in a joking form, you're wrong. Now, granted, you can issue all the apologies you want, but for you to say it on your platform, that's tacky.
Right.
That's tacky.
Now, you want to hear timing. I think this is ultimately good timing because there are going to be a lot of eyeballs on this show on Friday night. Simone Sanders is going to be on. She is, among other things, a CNN contributor and very high profile. She worked in the Bernie Sanders campaign. She is scheduled to be on and will be on Friday night on the panel. So let's bring Simone in right now.
Hey, Simone. What she's going to be talking to Bill about.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We're good. So the subject, will it be raised by you?
I mean, look, if the question isn't asked to me, I'm definitely going to raise it. I was offended not only by Bill Maher's comment, by Ben Sass's reaction, and the crowd clapping. So I think we should definitely address it. I'm happy to hear that Bill Maher apologized, but we need to have a conversation about it because, you know, I think we have an issue having this race conversation in America, and we always want to shy away from the conversation. So hopefully we address the N-word, we can talk a little bit about slavery and enslaved people, and then hopefully we'll get to Director Comey and his testimony that he's going to give on Thursday.
You know, it's interesting that you know, Bill Maher is not the kind of guy that you would say, oh, he just doesn't know better, he's not evolved enough, because Bill Maher really is. I think everybody kind of agrees with that. I mean, he's a very sophisticated political guy. So how do you deal with it when you're dealing with somebody? It's not so much that he's not conscious of what's going on in America. He is.
Well, you know, I think he showed, like Kevin Hart said, bad judgment the other day, but clearly he's not conscious because he said what he said. If you were as conscious as one says they are, we wouldn't throw about the N-word as though it's a joke and joke about enslaved people and poke fun at the colorism complex that exists in the African-American community. Like, whether you were in the house or a field, you were still a slave and an enslaved person. And clearly that didn't break through. So hopefully we get to have that conversation on Friday.
Do you think, Simone, that part of the struggle here, and I don't know how you feel about it personally, but I've heard a lot of people in the black community say that and even Kevin Hart touched on it, Bill Maher is known as been very supportive of issues in the black community, very vocally. And so it's sort of what makes it really difficult here is you want to take him to task, but you also want to remember some of the good things he's done. Does it make it difficult to really go after him?
No, and I mean, I don't think this is about going after Bill Maher. This is about having an elevated and conscious conversation on the same platform in which the controversy erupted. So I think it's about, being educated and having an elevated conversation. I wasn't one of those folks calling for Bill Maher to be fired. I think he just needs to be a little bit more educated. And just because you use racially insensitive language does not make you a racist. But just because somebody isn't a quote unquote textbook racist does not mean that they can't, step over the line, put their foot in their mouths, or say something that is offensive, inappropriate, or off color. And that is exactly what happened on Friday.
Hey, Simone, Kathy Griffin says her career has been destroyed by what she did. Bill Maher, it looks like, isn't going to be punished at all. Are these apples and oranges, or is this a disparity?
I don't know if it's necessarily apples and oranges, but I will say that, in the age of Donald Trump, comedians have a little bit more leeway, if you will, than before. Now, I absolutely believe what Kathy Griffin did was just distasteful and off color. And I was actually shocked that it happened. I'm equally shocked by Bill Maher. I think that, again, I'm not one of those people calling for Bill Maher to be fired, but we got to have a conversation. We have yet to deal with race in America. And because we have yet to deal with race in America, there's all this controversy surrounding words like the N-word, surrounding conversations such as slavery, and just race in general. So I'm excited that I'm on the show to have the conversation. I know Ice Cube won't hold back, and Dr. Michael Dyson is now on the show at the top of the show, and I think he's going to set the stage for all of us.
Okay.
Is Bill going to have any white guests this week?
Yes, David Gregory, former Congressman Jolly from Florida.
All right.
So white folks are going to join in on the N-word
All
and
right,
slavery.
good.
Hey, Simone, real quickly, before you go, because we got to scoot too, you mentioned the senator. He was really caught off guard, but you're still upset with his reaction to it.
Yes. First of all, I want everybody to know I'm from Nebraska, and we are all not out there towing in the fields. Secondly, I was caught off guard by Ben Sass's reaction because this is exactly what is wrong with the Republican Party and why the Republican Party has failed to garner a large swath of African American votes. When you are faced with the chance to stand up against something, stand up for something, you falter. Now, I am very appreciative of the comment and the statement that, Senator Sass put out afterwards, but it was a whole almost 24 hours later. In that moment is what matters, and in that moment, Ben Sass failed us.
Okay.
All right.
Simone, good luck on Friday night. We'll be watching.
Going to be interesting.
Thank you.
Thanks again. By the way, Bill Maher, he's going to get a tongue lashing for sure. He will also get the best ratings he's ever had on that show.
Not
in
the
its
ratings
history.
matter because it's HBO, right?
Well, but they will look at eyeballs. Make sure to subscribe to TMZ Live to keep up to date on the latest entertainment news.
And if you want to keep watching, click on one of these videos right now.